Yes.
Been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without a dope beat.
It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
But you lost me for my twang.
That's right, it is Twangin' Tuesday. And on this day, I like to feature country music, past, present, or future on the channel. Now, I want to get this out of the way first and foremost. I am growing out my beard all over the place. I'm also letting the hair grow on the top of my head. And let me give you guys a 360 look in case you want to do an avatar of me some other day. Ta-da! So I got hair going all over the place, and it's because of Men's Health Month and bringing awareness to men's health. And I don't think it's done enough. I think that more focus is put on women, and men a lot of times will, you know, if we get sick or something happens, like, I'll play it off, I won't go to the doctor, and then something else happens way down the line, and it's like, I should have gone to the doctor. So I think more awareness needs to be brought to men's health. You know, I've worked many jobs where on Women's Health Day or Women's Health Month, they get a whole bunch of stuff, and then when Men's Health rolls around, what do we get? We get a one-blade razor and some shaving cream, and that's it. That's pitiful. It's almost like you don't care about us. So we have to bring awareness for ourselves. So, you know, guys, take your vitamins, you know, get some sun, do some exercises, eat a little bit better. I'm not saying you have to go full whole hog and be like that guy that's trying to say, like, you can't eat this and you can't eat that, and he's got abs, he's got like an 8-pack. And
the thought of not eating for 16 hours straight, of eating nothing but fats,
you know, whatever, fuck you. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So we all know, since it's Twangin' Tuesday, that I'm going to do a Morgan Wallen song. We all know that I'm working my way through the One Thing at a Time album, and I am on number 33 for the night, so that means there's only 3 left after this. I might do the Dangerous album. I thought about it. It's a good idea to do, so why not? Because people like Morgan Wallen. So I did have somebody who commented after I said what I was going to do last week, that I was going to do Born with a Beer in My Hand this week. They were like, oh, I can't wait for you to do that. I love Born with a Beer in My Hand. It's one of my favorite songs off of the album. So this is for Desiree Falls 1202, I believe it is, that I'm doing this. This is for you. So let's take a look at what this song did on the charts. And Blammo, it went to number 32 on the Hot 100, number 15 on the US Country, number 26 in Canada, and number 65 on the worldwide charts, which is great considering that this song was not put out as a single. Now, you know, Morgan Wallen is a genius as far as, you know, putting out so many songs. And I know there were some other artists that were talking about, like, you're ruining it for the rest of us, because a lot of people would put out 10 songs, 12 songs, you know, even some 15 to 20 songs. But to put out 36, man. But, you know, you think about this. You know, there are certain artists that have songs that are in the vault that they never release, and, you know, we all want to hear them. You know, there are still Prince songs I've never heard. There are still Michael Jackson songs I never heard. I've heard that Stevie Wonder has thousands of songs in his vault that nobody has ever heard of, even though he has done a couple of double albums. So, you know what? Do it. You know, let everybody hear it. You know, let everybody soak it in. Let everybody go like, yeah, that song from way back in the day. You know, that album was great. You know, let everybody give you your roses right now. You know, you'll still have some. I'm sure you have plenty that you have not released and that you may not release until you feel like releasing them. Or you might have a lot if, you know, once you pass away. You know, I hope that's not soon. So, if you like videos like this and others on my channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 10 videos each and every week. So, without any further ado, here is Morgan Wallen and Born with a Beer in My Hand.
Granddaddy drank heavy and daddy drank light. I can turn any day to Saturday night if I want to, and most of the time I want to. I can still paint a picture of a hemlock view. My mountains had smoke, but the ones that were blue that we buy then were the ones I spent a little more time in. Between the hangovers and the handcuffs, it's been a minute since I had one in my handcuffs. Everybody says it's gonna be the death of me, but these days I'm living on the side of life. Just cause I smile through my sobriety don't mean it ain't chilling in the back of my mind. I ain't saying I swore it off for good, I'm just saying I'm doing the best I can. But what do you expect from a redneck? Hell, I was born with a beer in my hand. When I was putting them down, they put me through hell. Put some scars on some trucks myself as well. But if I never did put that can to my mouth, I wouldn't have nothing I could sing about. Yeah, everybody says it's gonna be the death of me, but these days I'm living on the side of life. Just cause I smile through my sobriety don't mean it ain't chilling in the back of my mind. I ain't saying I swore it off for good, I'm just saying I'm doing the best I can. But what do you expect from a redneck? Hell, I was born with a beer in my hand. Oh yeah, I was born with a beer in my hand. Oh, I ain't the devil that I acted like years ago. Oh, but I'll be back one day, I'll even know. Everybody says it's gonna be the death of me, but these days I'm living on the side of life. Just cause I smile through my sobriety don't mean it ain't chilling in the back of my mind. I ain't saying I swore it off for good, I'm just saying I'm doing the best I can. But what do you expect from a redneck? Hell, I was born with a beer in my hand. Oh yeah, I was born with a beer in my hand. I'm born with a beer in my hand.
All right, so that was Born with a Beer in My Hand. And you know what? I can relate a lot to this song because I have been 15 years sober. Haven't had a drink in 15 years, but you know what? I did drink a lot, and I should have known something that, you know, there was a New Year's Eve party I was invited to, and this would have been my senior year in high school, and I went over to the friend's house and I was with a bunch of like nerds. This was like band kids and nerds that were all there, and I didn't feel like I fit in. And the person whose house I was at, her mother was German, and you know, Germans, you know, think a lot differently about, drinking at certain ages than we do here in America. And so she, when the clock struck midnight, she brought out 2 bottles of champagne, and, we passed it along, the people that were out the party. And I noticed that my attitude changed. I became a lot more outward going person, and I was talkative, and I was kind of like the life of the party kind of thing. And, when the mother actually got home, she's like, "Did you go through all that champagne?" And we're like, "Yeah, you only gave us 2 bottles." She's like, "No, there's a whole case in the garage." And that was it. I was walking around with a champagne bottle in my hand, speaking perfect drunkenese for the rest of the evening. And I should have known then what I would have known later on, that, I get a couple of drinks in me, and a lot of my inhibitions, which with a lot of people, get lowered. And, I would do karaoke, and I would do all these other kind of things. And even though these are fun things to do, it was, there was hell, the next day, or, whatever else I decided to get myself into. And, I've been trying to find how to be that way without drinking alcohol. And I think doing this channel is another way of me doing so, because I like being creative. I like doing things that, challenge me. And this is definitely a challenge. I'm the least photographed of my mom's children. Well, I was, until I started doing this channel. I got like 1,800 videos that are running around 10 to 15 minutes a piece. So I was, but I'm not. I was the least, but I'm not anymore. So, you do what you can, and you try to change for the better in a lot of ways. So I can understand that's him. He's saying, like, what, I might not, I might be smiling through my sobriety, but it isn't that easy to do. And then, what? In the very beginning, it wasn't easy to do. And I remember I got a friend that invited me to a bar for trivia, music trivia night. And I went there, and this would have been maybe about 3 or 4 years after I quit drinking, and he didn't show up. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, can I do this all by myself and not, be tempted to drink a beer? And because my mind was focused on the game and not on drinking, yeah, I did it. I did it, and I did it with stars. And, everybody was in a team, and I was all by myself. And I think I came in like 4th or 5th place when and it was 90s music trivia, like 90s pop music. And I was like, fuck this, it was what it was. But I passed that test, and I knew I could do it. But I'm not going to hang around in a bar, why tempt the fates? Why do that? But I do like the song. I do like the imagery. I believe when he was talking about the Blue Mountains, I think it was talking about cans of Coors, when they changed to where you could have them, the color would change on them when it was warm or cold. I believe he was talking about those mountains, and I could relate. So, if you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.